Hi everyone, this is Ben Sauer with BNCreative, and today I'm going to share another behind-the-scenes look at the making of Sauerpuss and Friends. Today, I thought I would share a little bit about the history of Sauerpuss. I began to develop and design Sauerpuss back in the early 1990s. At that time, I really felt there was an opportunity to create another, more positive character to share with people. And if you like this video today, please leave us a comment. And if you haven't already done so, please click on the link below and subscribe to this channel. And looking back, I had the perspective that cartoons usually or normally were meant for kids. And I think parents, if you heard the idea of a cartoon, you automatically thought of a kid. But as time at least progressed in my life, it was clear to me that there's a whole range of cartoon characters out there. Even though I grew up with Fred Flintstone and Popeye and Mickey Mouse and Goofy and all them, as we got into the 80s and then the 90s, you started to see much more diversity in cartoons and animations. And I really felt that there was a need to create still some good, wholesome characters. And that was really, I think, some of my initial thinking behind creating Sauerpuss. And I guess the reason I chose a cat was because I loved cats. I grew up with cats. And I always thought that cats were a little bit misunderstood. You always heard that the dogs are man's best friend, and they were always the happy-go-lucky, lovable kind of characters, whereas cats seemed to be kind of definitely much more independent and kept to themselves, and a little bit more maybe full of themselves. And I wanted to kind of change the paradigm and the perception around cats, because even today we have a cat named Bing, and Bing is about as cool of a cat as you can possibly find, and very nice, very lovable. And again, kind of breaks the norm of what a lot of people think about cats, at least the way I think of cats. But I love cats, and that was one of the main reasons I came up with a character that was a cat. You know, there was Tom and Jerry, and there was Sylvester the cat, but they maybe weren't as popular at the time, and I didn't see them quite as often. So anyway, I thought, well, why don't I come up with more of an imaginative cat, hence the color, kind of an aqua blue. I was a little bit concerned at the time. I think it was around that time or shortly after I saw, Blue's Clues. See kind of a blue dog. Well, this is a cat. And there was Barney, who was purple. And so anyway, I really liked the idea of doing something a little bit off blue. So it's kind of a minty teal color. So that was kind of the reason I chose that color, or this color, for Sauerpuss. That's a little bit of a history on why I chose a cat and the coloration of Sauerpuss, and I'll try to tell you more as we go behind the scenes and in other episodes. And I guess the other big question that always has come up is, why did I choose the name Sauerpuss? Well, I really, first and foremost, need to give my wife the credit for the idea of calling him Sauerpuss, using our last name in the spelling. I really was looking for a name that might be a little bit counterintuitive, and this was the perfect name. When you hear it at first, you think that's negative, but then you see it spelled differently, and then you start to discover that Sauerpuss, in fact, is a positive character, one full of hope and curiosity and courage. And again, he sees the world as a world where the glass is half full. And that's the kind of message I wanted to bring to the concept of creativity, and that really is the basis of Sauerpuss, and creative thinking and learning to be more creative. So that's what I have for you today in terms of a little background. And now, before we go, let's take a look at some of the behind-the-scenes making of the new production of Sauerpuss and Friends. I look forward to our next episode, but in the meantime, till then, remember to be creative. And one quick note here, in the near future, more of the behind the scenes videos will be exclusives that you can see on our Sauerpuss and Friends, my Patreon channel, as well as on our website. sourpussandfriends.com. So be sure to check those out in the future. But for now, I'm still keeping the complete videos here on our YouTube channel. Okay, and if you'd like to be a Patreon, please click on the link below, as well as you'll see the website link there. Also, it's in the Sauerpuss Creativity section, where we will also be playing this video. All right, let's get back to it. Back to the Creativity Cottage with part of the Creativity Castle. On our way. Take it easy.
Adjust it and clamp anything like those boards across here or something like that. And it's, super easy to use. So something really simple like that.
Stay tuned for another behind the scenes of the making of Sauerpuss and Friends.